Ladies and gents, we have got a massive transfer bomber coming out from The Athletic and David Ornstein. Fabrizio Romano has just given his update on it as well. Bayern Munich have launched a huge bid for Colombian international Liverpool winger Luis Diaz, who apparently is open to a move this summer. Could we be sitting here saying Luis Diaz leaves, Rodrygo comes in? That, according to sources, is one of their main transfer targets. Liverpool are also looking at Gordon. How will the Newcastle situation pan out with Ekitike, Gordon and Barnes, who all are potentially going to play on that left-hand side? How will Eddie Howe deal with all of that different scenarios playing out? How do you keep every single person happy? But it looks like Bayern Munich are going to come in again for a second bid. Make sure you go down, drop a like on the video if you haven't already, and let me know your thoughts. 6 of the last 6 videos have hit over 1,000 likes. The support on this channel is absolutely ridiculous. We just hit 64,000 subscribers, and now we're steamrolling our way towards 65,000. If you haven't already, please go down, hit that subscribe button. 90% of you, yes, you watching right now, watch the content on a daily basis and are not subscribed. We've got a big Liverpool transfer update coming out, and we're going to jump straight into it. 21 minutes ago. I actually want to start with a update 3 hours ago from David Ornstein. Sorry, I do have the hiccups, so apologies. David Ornstein said the following. Liverpool focus in the market after early additions to other positions is a top striker, wide roles filled, plus Darwin Núñez is expected to progress again soon. So Liverpool's priority right now is a number 9. Isak and Ekitike interest well documented, and will be more options. Well, it looks like right now that Ekitike is going to be joining Newcastle United. Apparently the player is open to the move. I gave my opinion yesterday with regards to the Alexander Isak saga, and a lot of Newcastle fans were unhappy. I just don't know how Eddie Howe keeps all of those players happy, and he has to balance out their PSR issues. I do expect a departure from that front line. I think it will either be Gordon or Alexander Isak this summer. Then David Ornstein has come up with a second transfer update with regards to Liverpool, saying Bayern Munich submit an official bid worth 67.5 million euros to sign Luis Diaz from Liverpool. Bayern proposal was rejected immediately today. Liverpool made the Luis Diaz at 100 million euros, which is about 85 million pounds, but informed suitors no plans to sell. I personally think this move goes through because the last part of this tweet coming out from David Ornstein, that the Colombian international has made it clear that he wants to leave. It's clearly, Bayern Munich have a good relationship with Liverpool. When you look at Sadio Mane a few years ago, also left from that left-hand side. They are looking at a long-term replacement. I do think he forces this move through. Barcelona are another team that are heavily, heavily interested in Luis Diaz's services. And Fabrizio Romano come out basically saying the same thing. Luis Diaz, 67 million bid. The club has rejected the proposal and it was turned down after Liverpool already closed doors after an approach in June. Luis Diaz is open to a summer exit with both Barcelona and Bayern Munich keen on the move. Now, this for me is going to be a very, very interesting transfer story because the domino effect is at play here. Luis Diaz, I think, will end up at Bayern Munich. Now, Barcelona wants what their scenario is. They want Liverpool to sign Rodrygo, which means Diaz will leave and then join Barcelona. I can see Rodrygo being a Liverpool player. I think they'd happily pay his wages. He's on 200,000 euros a week, 240,000 euros a week. Anything Liverpool put out saying Rodrygo is seen as a clear target for Liverpool, with Real Madrid valuing their winger somewhere between 60 to 80 million euros, which is 52 to 69 million pounds. Now, 70 million pounds for a player like Rodrygo is an absolute bargain. You're talking about a guy that stepped up in the quarterfinals of the Champions League, stepped up in the semi-finals, won countless trophies of Real Madrid from Super Cups, Club World Cups, La Liga titles, Champions Leagues. He has won absolutely everything, but he is out of favour, and it happens. After all, it is Real Madrid. You know, I personally believe that he will be leaving this summer. Arsenal are very interested, but Arsenal have got their attention to other players. Eberechi Eze. Plus, they've already spent 50 million on Madueke, 60 million on Zubimendi. They're looking at getting the Gyökeres deal completed. I think Liverpool probably have more money to spend. They've just won the Premier League after all. It looks like Tyler Morton and Harvey Elliott potentially will be leaving this window. Federico Chiesa is another one who's heavily linked to the move away. Plus, they've already sold Kelleher, they've already sold Quansah, and it now looks like Luis Diaz will probably be leaving the football club this summer. He has been a very good servant. He, just part of that team. It's just won the Premier League. But as you saw from David Ornstein, their priority right now is to bring a number 9 in and a wide player. Now, can Rodrygo play as a number 9? I don't necessarily think he's an out-and-out number 9, but could they play Florian Wirtz in a false 9 role? That is where I think Liverpool will absolutely benefit from Florian Wirtz the best. Now, I'm going to bring up an 11, and I want to know your guys' thoughts. Now, this Liverpool team that I have created using lineup builder with the potential signing of Rodrygo in, I don't see who stops this team. Florian Wirtz in the false 9, Rodrygo and Salah either side, with squad depth, players like Cody Gakpo that had an unbelievable season last year in the domestic side of things for Liverpool, helped get him to that final, coming up, with around 20 GA. You're also looking at they're potentially going to keep one of Nunes or Elliott. I don't think all of those will sell unless they bring in a striker and a winger. But that front three with Wirtz in the false 9, Szoboszlai, Grav, and McAllister in behind, it looks ridiculously frightening. Kirkes, Frimpong, Virgil, Konate, who we'll get onto in a second with his contract scenario, Alisson Becker. That team wins the Premier League. You got Mohamed Salah last season, who was an unbelievable individual campaign. You're talking 40-plus goal contributions. Gravenberch and McAllister are one of the best double pivots in the Premier League, up there with me with, I think the two best double pivots are Gravenberch and McAllister and Enzo Fernandez and Caicedo. Then you've got the new signings like Frimpong, Kirkes, who completely changed the way Liverpool play from the defensive standpoint. They're both very good going forward as well. And you add in Rodrygo. Listen, they are going to be very strong next season. And that's a team for me that I think go all out to win the Champions League. I think they're going to be clear favourites to win the Premier League. Plus, you've also got Mark Gahey, another one who is being heavily linked with a move to Liverpool. And the whole Konate situation, according to Fabrizio Romano on YouTube last night, there isn't any progress with Konate's contract renewal. And Touchline Football Coverage have put Real Madrid have sent an ultimatum to Liverpool management: either accept 20 to 25 million for Konate or lose him in the for a free. Now, Liverpool would have got bad memories when it comes to the whole Trent Alexander-Arnold situation. But it looks like right now that, Real Madrid really want Konate. Liverpool want more than 50 million euros this window. Real Madrid will offer 20 to 25 million. I think that one could get very ugly very soon. And it looks like, the situation with regards to Konate could drag on for a couple of months yet. I don't think personally he will be leaving this window for the 50 million euro fee. I don't think Real Madrid will pay that with only 1 year left on his contract. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens with regards to that. The whole Rodrygo situation as well. If Bayern Munich up their bid to 80 million pounds, 75 million pounds with add-ons getting up to 85 million pounds, I think Luis Diaz will be leaving Liverpool. And then the door opens for a Rodrygo or a Gordon or someone to come in. They want a number 9. They want a wide player as well. It looks like Darwin Núñez could be joining Napoli or another team for about 45, 50 million pounds. So there is plenty of money there for Liverpool to go out and spend. It just depends on what is going to be the priority first, because we know Rodrygo is also heavily linked with a move to Arsenal. But make sure you drop a like. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you all next time.